Ladies and gentlemen, I'm fascinated by marketing. Everything you see on TV is carefully crafted by teams of psychological experts to subtly influence your decisions in ways you can't even Pringle. It's amazing. How those things really soak up the saliva. And it's amazing how the alchemy of branding can image. That's why you should do it in rehearsal. It's amazing how the alchemy of branding and image can make us choose Coke or Pepsi, Crest or Colgate, Clorox or Hydrox. Personally, I've never been able to taste the difference. And there's one marketing tactic out there that really intrigues me because it happens a lot and most people don't even know about it. That's when a brand, in order to focus their marketing efforts, creates an imaginary character that represents the kind of customer they want to attract. For example, and this is true, when I began the show, CBS created a marketing presentation that said there were two kinds of viewers out there. There were Donnies and Debbies. Apparently, my last show was something of a Donnie fest. So they'd like me to get more Debbies, which is why I'm wearing a man Spanx. You're welcome, ladies. And I'm not the only one with imaginary customers. So is casual fresh Mex chain Qdoba, which for years has been playing second taco to Chipotle. So they've been trying to differentiate themselves. For instance, recently, Chipotle had an outbreak of E. coli, so Qdoba went with typhoid. And despite that kind of viral marketing, they've had a little trouble getting you into their stores. And I'm not surprised. Just like there's no I in team, there's no you in Qdoba. So Qdoba created the Quintessa, an imaginary character with a certain flair capable of wooing their target customer, as opposed to their real customer, someone whose flight has been delayed. According to Qdoba's co-marketing team, the Quintessa is also naturally magnetic, leads a story-filled life, and invites others to do the same. Yes, the Quintessa wants you to have stories. For instance, once upon a time, I ate a burrito. Story gets pretty disturbing from there. And according to Qdoba's marketing team, the Quintessa style makes guys want her number, and girls kind of want it too. Oh, I can see that strategy meeting. And after a girl gets her number and goes back to the Quintessa's place, and they have a pillow fight, and things get all sexy, and then they knock on the door of the neighbor who's a marketing guy for Qdoba, and what was I saying? Right, selling tacos. The Quintessa has even affected the look of Qdoba's restaurants because the marketers asked themselves, what is the type of space, literally, that the Quintessa would want to invite people into? The answer was literally the bathrooms, which Qdoba redesigned because that's where we felt we have a chance to go and inject copious amounts of flavor. Hey, we've all been there. And Qdoba's not the only chain with an imaginary customer. Lululemon created Ocean, a 32-year-old professional single woman who makes $100,000 a year, is engaged, has her own condo, is traveling, fashionable, and has an hour and a half to work out a day. While we're at it, she also has a hovercraft and brought peace to Israel. And if none of those things describe you, obviously you're wearing the wrong yoga pants, fatty. So obviously, I have to attract young women too, but compared to the Quintessa and Ocean, Debbie is just not gonna cut it. That's why my marketing team of me and Jack Daniels have come up with the new Late Show guiding spirit. My ultimate fantasy viewer, Empress Faricella, the elven conjurer. She is a 5,000-year-old career mage who's conquered the barrier peaks and enslaved the frost giants. She's earned 12 sacks of gold a year, has 2 kids, 1 griffin, and owns boots of stealth for every occasion. She vacations at the caves of forgetting and has 3 hours a day to make her glutes as hard as Valerian steel. Guys want nothing more than to vibrate her ocarina of ecstasy. Goblins kind of want to, too. And every day when I'm making my show, I think, what would pleasure the Empress? What would make her laugh? What would make her stick around for a Volvo commercial? Well, we'll be right back with Bryan Cranston, or should I say, by the tooth of Goldthor, I dedicate this humble commercial break to thee, O Empress. Ah!